Time now for the Peter Channel 6 o'clock news on this Thursday evening, September 29th, 2016. Good evening, everybody. I am Peter Wiggins, and your 6 o'clock news and odds on this Thursday evening. And our top story at 6 o'clock is New York, where New Jersey Transit train platform a major station in Hoboken during a Thursday morning's rush hour commute, killing at least one person and injured more than 100, officials said. John Sump, chief executive of Wells Fargo, testified before the House Financial Services Committee on Thursday regarding the bank's unenforced customer accounts. Hillary Clinton says presidential rival Donald Trump repeatedly violated U.S. laws after the report said he had broken trade embargo with Cuba. India said Thursday they carried out surgical strikes against militants across the highly militarized country that divides the Kashmir region between India and Pakistan, and a change that escalated tensions between the nuclear-armed neighbors. Washington, both Obama and Shimon Peres were Nobel Prize laureates who labored for peace in the Middle East but failed to achieve it. Now their joint efforts are end as President Obama paid the final tribute to Shimon Peres in Jerusalem, which he will, when he flies to Israel. A controversial transition regarding internet oversight is set to occur on Saturday, while the tech industry largely seems to support it, say not so fast. On Wednesday evening in the city, Reykjavik, Iceland turned off the streetlights and encouraged people to drop down home so they can watch the northern lights. The shadows and crutches of children with special needs are seen during the party for children affected by the Syrian conflict and the need for psychological support in the rebel held besieged town of Hamaraya at Eastern Ghouta near Damascus, Syria. Prince George and Princess Charlotte had played with children in the Canadian military were during the appearance of an official event. The UK's trade with the European Union will be at least as free as the Brexit is now. Liam Fox, the International Trade Secretary, was the other countries nervous to avoid the tariffs which he said would harm the people of Europe. Tokyo. Less than 10% of Japanese parliamentarians at the lower house of women are racial, lower than those of the legislative assemblies in Saudi Arabia. So, North Korea said China reached out with a flood assistance after catastrophic deluge flood hundreds of thousands of North Koreans out of their homes. Pagoda, Colombia's ELN rebel group said they're ready to start peace negotiations have fallen in the recent deal between the government and FARC. Alexandria, Virginia, a Syrian man affiliated with the Syrian Electronic Army pleaded guilty to hacking and charges in for U.S. federal court. It's a good thing for labor unions that Anton Scalia died early this year, Tom Perez, President Obama's labor secretary, said on Thursday. Sacramento, a former U.S. Marine charged with his plea guilty finding a bizarre kidnapping case that led to the lawsuit against police for falsely accusing the two victims of faking their own abduction. A 6-year-old boy continues to fight for his life after the day after he was shot in his elementary school in South Carolina. Local fire chief said on Thursday as investigators said they were looking into the possibility that the team suspect. Washington, President Obama answered questions from servicemen, women, and military family members Wednesday regarding national security and other related issues at CNN's presidential town hall moderated by Jake Tapper. Washington, the U.S. Labor Department finalized rules requiring federal government contractors to provide sick leave for up to 7 days per year. Washington, as many as 10 state elected databases have been hacked, not only in two previously reported in Illinois and Arizona for the report by CBS News. Marksville, Louisiana, nearly a year after 6-year-old Jeremy Martins was shot to death by police, body cam footage from the encounter was released. Washington, Donald Trump's campaign then played a report that he violated the Cuban embargo by spending money there in the 1990s for real estate and investment. Los Angeles, New York, 11 years ago, media mogul Summer Redstone declared the age of conglomerate is over as he prepared to split the old school broadcast of CBS from the fast-growing Viacom Incorporated cable network and Paramount. Donald Trump's fortune fails $8 million to $3.7 billion. Qualcomm is considered by NXP Semiconductors what being another after consolidating the chip making industry. A person briefed the matter said on Thursday. U.S. stocks finished lower on Thursday after Deutsche Bank said shares tumbled in New York following a report that some funds have withdrawn money. Silver Spring, Maryland, top U.S. many are regulators expect to vote Thursday to determine whether cable TV providers must give customers an alternative to traditional set-top boxes. Newport, Rhode Island, Lockheed Martin has launched a small drone from an autonomous underwater vehicle in a demonstration across domain command and control. Montaigne, France, Airbus helicopter reports this to deliver the first of 10 AS-565 MBE multi-role helicopters ordered by the Mexican Navy. Melville, New York, the U.S. Department U.S. Defense Information Services Systems Agency has exercised a third-year contract option for managed satellite services to be provided by the U.S. Marine Corps. Washington, the federal court missions. Washington, the FCC adopted an updated wireless emergency system that includes photos, maps, and phone numbers. Okay, look at some stops now. Down 195.79 points at 143.45. SP Fiber down 20.24 points at 2,151.13. And NASDAQ down 49.39 points at 5,269.15. Here's a challenge. Land of space gather is designed to be an orbiter in space of the speed comet, the million mile away, carrying out apparent stands the way down. As orbiter set down on comet surface. Black moon, blue moon, blood moon, super moon. What's the difference between all these? Moon taps. 200 million year old reptiles rewind in real books and how 4 other animals conquered the world. Newly discovered fossils support. It suggests Drepanodon had a huge hook claw and is digging insects on the bark much like today's anteaters and forks. A female pangolin in her enclosure that soon take care of Cambodia. Her front right and rear left paws were amputated by push snares. More than 8 months after the White House asked for it, Congress has finally agreed on some funding to help fight the Zika virus and insidious effects. The influenza virus is so unpredictable that it's too early to tell how bad the upcoming flu season will be, or whether flu vaccines will work better or worse than usual this year. Harkin exited Illinois Obama exchange of Obamacare. FDA began formal process review and update nutrition labels this week. It plans to highlight added sugars, many processed products, and making serving sizes and kale cuts easier to see. Hillary says Trump fighting in U.S. law on Cuban work. Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump's preparation to taking over the federal government is widely different in the campaign to the White House and once Trump's operation more elaborate one. Early voting officially begins Thursday in Hawkeye State of Iowa. Key battleground that President Obama won tries the cycle should swing back toward the Republicans that are unlikely to nonetheless winning nominee. Miami to kill Donald Trump's chances of capturing White House. Hillary Clinton needs to win for it, and to do that, she needs a big minority turnout. All right, look at that. Some local news from the Edinburgh Sun. Mansfield. The victim struck and killed by an Amtrak passenger train last week in what authorities say was a suicide. Has been identified as Newton Man, a medical student, Eric Frost, 26, was killed by the afternoon's return 22nd when he was struck by a Boston-bound Northeast Regional train at the Mansfield train station. A spokesman for the Bristol County District Attorney's Office said Thursday. Frost was second-year medical student at the University of Pennsylvania when he went on leave for absence, the university said in a statement. Frost earned his undergraduate degree from Colorado College in 2012 and went to work at Bryn Mawr College and the National Cancer Institute. He spoke fluent in Spanish and worked in Mexico and volunteered at the Princess Salud, a non-profit organization dedicated to improvement in health and filled up his Latino community. He loved rock climbing and also gave time to towns like Habitat for Humanity, according to the statement released earlier this week. Not in the Tri-Town Chamber of Commerce will host a candidates forum October 20th for local candidates in the legislature. Mansfield, selectmen have ordered the owners of the parking lot near the MBTA commuter rail station to stop parking cars in an unimproved area. Mansfield, the town has doubled down on water restrictions starting Saturday, banning all outside use of water until further notice. Mansfield, local police are looking for a member of the so-called Felony Lane gang who used a stolen bank card at a TD Bank in the Mansfield Commons Mall. Boston, Denmark's Crown Prince Frederick and Crown Princess Mary are kicking off the two-day trade mission in Boston. On Thursday, Frederick is scheduled to attend an event at Boston University in Highland Ways to promote urban and sustainability and climate resilience and including ways to future-proof cities. The couple is expected to attend the business dinner with Boston Mayor Marty Walsh later Thursday and be greeted by Governor Charlie Baker at the State House on Friday. Later, the prince will visit Harvard University, which he will attend, and the princess will visit Boston Children's Hospital. The couple is leading in delegation of 16 Danish companies from the healthcare, agriculture, sustainability, and maritime sectors, all which are leading the economic sectors in Denmark. Western Mass. A master's man has been convicted of first-degree murder in 2013, robbery and shooting to death of another man. Peter Chellen's time is 6:09 on this. Thursday evening, and it's time now for a sports report. Tonight, the Boston Red Sox will be taking on the New York Yankees finale of a 3-game series at Yankee Stadium. One quarter report. Washington Nationals defeat the Arizona Diamondbacks 5-3. What? After careful thought and consideration, and Cleveland Brown Josh Gordon entered rehab. Randy Gregory is officially suspended 10 games without pay for Thursday for violating NFL's policy and programs for substance abuse, according to league spokesman. The Boston Red Sox are the 2016 American League East champions. What a difference a year makes. Reality, it's hard to say how much more important one person, one thing is another. Pierre Children's time, 6:10 on this Thursday evening, and it's home now for traffic and transit report. Baby! Let's start you off in the MBTA where on the subway system, it's looking good on the commuter rail. Fairmont train 71 is canceled today. At 7:50 p.m. outbound train, passengers being accompanied by a shuttle bus, and Fairmont train 782. 8 p.m. for Reeville is canceled today. The NBA shuttle bus will be provided, making all local stops en route to South Station. Please board inbound Worcester Line trains and outbound platforms at Fairmont Wellesley Farm Station until 7:30 p.m. Please board outbound Worcester Line trains on the outbound platforms at Wellesley Farm Fairmont Station until 7:30 p.m. Haverhill train 295, 6:05 p.m. outbound to Canada today. Passengers should take train 219, 6:25 p.m. from North Station today. Haverhill Line train 215, 5:15 p.m. from North Station will make all local stops en route to Haverhill Station today. Haverhill train 294 is canceled today. Alternative passengers can take MBTA bus 136 part of Reed and Depot at 5:50 p.m. Haverhill train 296 is canceled today. Alternatively, passengers can take MBTA route bus 136 part of Reed and Depot at 6:55 p.m. And on the ferries, they are looking good. Okay, looking at highways. First of all, Reservoir Street is closed here in Norton due to a water main break. So expect some delays. And 140 on the southbound side of the Mexican Ave. It's slow from Reservoir Street down to downtown Norton. 123 on the westbound side. It is backed up from East Main Street all the way out to downtown Norton around Wheaton College. Okay, highways and byways of New England on this Thursday. 95 on the northbound side. It is backed up from Greenwich all the way out to Bridgeport. 95 southbound back to 7 on to Greenwich. Merritt Parkway in the northbound side is backed up from Sanford all the way to Bridgeport. 95 on the southbound side back to the New Haven stretch. Merritt Parkway, both ends back to the Hampton stretch. 84 eastbound side, it is backed up in Denbury, Newtown, and Waterbury stretches. 84 eastbound side back to the West Hartford to Hartford. 84 westbound side back to the Hartford stretch. 91 on the southbound side back to 291 to 84 in Hartford Connecticut. 291 eastbound side backed up after 291 in Hartford Connecticut. 91 on the southbound side backed up after Hartford stretch. 91 on the northbound side, it is backed up for the Connecticut Massachusetts border. 57 in Springfield. Eldon, Rhode Island. Mono, Newport, and the Jamestown bridges are looking good. Eldon, Providence Vicinity. 195 westbound side back to East Providence and downtown Providence. 95 northbound side is back to 3rd Battalion curb to downtown Providence. 95 on the southbound side is back to the downtown Providence. 146 southbound side is backed up just before 95 in Providence. Route 69 connector backed up from just before 95 in Providence. 146 on the northbound side, it is backed up around Route 99 out in Lincoln, Rhode Island. 24 southbound side, it is backed up after 495 at Raynham. 95 on the southbound side, it is stop and go from 120 in Kenton all the way to South Main Street in Sharon. 24 on the southbound side, it is backed up after 128 out in Canton and Route 3 in southbound side back to the Braintree split. All the way out to 18 in Weymouth. 120 both ends back to 24 in Randolph to the Braintree split. 120 northbound, southbound side is back all the way to 95 in Canton. 7th Expressway. Both ends it's back to the Mass Park line to the Braintree split. Mass Park on the westbound side, it is backed up from South Boston all the way at the Natick. And Mass Park eastbound side, it is backed up from Weston all the way at the Newton. 128 on the northbound side, it is back to Mass Park in Weston all the way out to Linfield. 128 southbound side is backed up in Linfield and then back again from the Mass Park all the way out to Highland Street in Needham. Here, Route 2 eastbound side is backed up in Arlington all the way out to the Fresh Pond in Cambridge. 93 on both ends of Boston is backed up. Route 1 on the northbound side back to Chelsea all the way out to Revere. 93 on the northbound side is backed up from Boston all the way out to Wilmington. 93 southbound back to the Wilmington stretch. Route 3 on the northbound side back to 62 in Belmont all the way. 62 in Bedford all the way out to Lowell. 495 on the northbound side, it is backed up from Route 3 in Lowell all the way up to Tewksbury. 495 southbound side, so for the Lowell stretch. 495 on the northbound side, back on the long stretch. Down in Southern Hampshire. Everett Turnpike, northbound side, back to the Merrimack stretch. 93 on the northbound side, back to New Hampshire, headed towards 293 in Manchester, New Hampshire. 95 on the northbound side, it is backed up around Route 101 in Hampton Tolls, New Hampshire. Spalding Turbine and northbound side slow before Route 4 in Durham, New Hampshire. Up in Maine. Maine Turbine southbound side is slow after 202 and Gray headed towards Portland. 295 on the northbound side is effective from Port Maine to Falmouth Spur and then hit back again in Freeport stretch. 91 on the southbound side, it is backed up after the Canadian border up in Vermont, and Ottawa 55 southbound side is backed up headed towards the Vermont up in southern Quebec, and Interstate 87 southbound side of Lewis Run, Route 11 in Champlain, New York. And New York State 3 eastbound side backed up and connecting New York to 87 in Albany. Peter Channel News Time, 6:15 on this Thursday evening, and it's time now for a weather report. Latest in Matthew is a Category 1 storm with a 14.1 in the north, 67.8 in the west. Mass sustained winds at 75 miles an hour, moving west at 17 miles an hour. And public advisory here. Hurricane Matthew headed toward the Central Caribbean Sea, and the government of Colombia has issued a 12-storm watch for the coast of Colombia from the Colombia to Venezuelan border to Cap. And somebody watches warning the effect that 12-storm watch in effect for Bonaire, Cracker, and Aruba, and Colombia and Venezuelan border to Real Cap. Our 12-storm watch means that possible conditions are possible within the watch area in the case within the next 24 to 36 hours. And interest elsewhere along the coast of Venezuela and Colombia should monitor the progress of Matthew. Interest in Jamaica, Hispaniola, and eastern Cuba should also monitor the progress of Matthew. For storms information specific to your area, please monitor the products issued by your local National Meteorological Service. At 5 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time, the center of Hurricane Matthew was located in latitude 14.1 in the north, 67.8 longitude west. Matthew is moving toward the west near 17 miles an hour and westward the west-southwest motion in some degrees, and the forward speed is expected to during the next couple of days. Max staying was under 75 miles per hour gusts, and gradual strengthening is expected during the next 40 hours. Hurricane force winds extending outwards at 70 miles an hour from the center, and tropical storm force winds extending outwards to 185 miles an hour. A buoy 42059 has recently reported sustained winds of 59 miles an hour, hot gusts up to 63 miles an hour. The estimated minimum pressure is 993 millibars at 29 to 33 inches, and wind tropical conditions are possible in Bonaire, Caraco, and Aruba tonight and Friday. Tropical storm conditions are possible over reports of the watch in Colombia beginning on Friday, and rainfall amounts associated with Matthew will continue to diminish across the lesser until it's this evening as additional rainfall amounts of 2 to 4 inches are possible over the 7 windward downs, and rainfall totals of 2 to 4 inches are related. Higher amounts are expected over Aruba, Bonaire, and Caraco Friday Saturday. Surf swells joining by Matthew are expected to affect portions of the coast of Puerto Rico, Hispaniola, Aruba, Bonaire, Caraco, Venezuela, and Colombia during the next few days. These swells are likely to cause light rain and surf and whip current conditions. Please consult products from your local weather office. Close to home, we had sun and clouds breaking through the clouds, and looking at radar, and it shows the lines of rain showers stretching off Bridgeport down to Stamford, Connecticut, and seeing some rain showers stretch around New York City, stretching down through western New Jersey, and stretching around Pennsylvania from Scranton, Dane, for Philadelphia, and stretching down southern New Jersey, and stretching around eastern Maryland, around heavy rain around Delaware, and stretching down the eastern shores of Maryland. Okay, 7-day forecast. It goes like this. Friday night, most gusts got about 52 degrees. Northeast about 7 to 9 miles, and gusts as high as 23 miles an hour. For Friday, showers likely after 3 p.m. Clouds got about 61 degrees. Northeast about 9 miles an hour, gusts as high as 23 miles an hour. Touch to 6%. New Orleans amounts between a quarter and an inch possible. For Friday night, showers likely Patchbog after 3 a.m. Otherwise, clouds got have low at 52 degrees. Northeast about 8 miles an hour, gusts as high as 20 miles an hour. Touch to 70%. New Orleans amounts between a quarter and an inch possible. For Saturday, showers likely Patchbog before 9 a.m. Otherwise, clouds got about 6 degrees. Northeast about 7 miles an hour, gusts as high as 21 miles an hour. Touch to 70%. New Orleans amounts between a quarter and an inch possible. For Saturday night, showers likely before midnight. Patchwork after midnight, otherwise clouds got about 54 degrees. Northeast about 7 miles an hour, just patient 6%. Sunday, check the showers, patchwork wise. Clouds got about 64, about 55 degrees, just patient 45%. Monday, check the showers, patchwork before 11 a.m. wise. Mostly clouds got about 66, about 52 degrees, just patient 30%. For Tuesday, patchwork before 10 a.m. wise. Mostly clouds got about 63, about 48 degrees. Wednesday, partly sunny, and most clouds got about 64, about 48 degrees. Thursday, partly sunny skies about 66 degrees. Currently at not near it's overcast skies, and the temperature is 57 degrees with a humidity of 86%. And that is going to be it for the Peter Channel 6 o'clock news on this Thursday evening, September 29th, 2069. Peter Woods will be of a good evening with a good pie day. I'll see you for Peter Channel 11 o'clock news. At 11 o'clock, hope you have a good evening.